Eat the Cheeto anyway. Yeah. Eat the Cheeto and fry. You can't do both. You can't do both. What?
Check. All right. Slovakia, we had some technical difficulties. You understand? So we just gonna go straight into the lesson for time's sake. Oh, she got double-sided markers. Good night, brother. All right. You're supposed to be on the way, sir.
The key is right there. They went with him. He has a key, right?
All right. So today's class, we are going to be doing the future tense. All right. The word future is that thing out of there. Put a trash here. Well, throw that away. Use one of my markers. All right. The word future in Hebrew is I, God, I-Thayad. All right, so today's class is over future tense. All right, so we're going to go down the cheat code list like we've done every week. All right. So the word that we're going to use for this week is shamar, which means to watch. All right, so that's the word that we're going to use to break down I-Thayad or future tense. Okay, so we're going to start off just like we normally do with I. All right. So the future tense for I or Anya will be Anya Ashamar, right? When you're dealing with the future tense of I, you're going to add a at the beginning of the word. All right. So the future tense of Shamar dealing with I or Anya is Ashamar, right? Which is translated into I, implied English, am watching, right? I'm sorry, Slacky, will. All right. I will watch. Anya Ashamar is I will watch. All right, which is the future tense. Okay. So moving on to the next one, Atha, for both masculine and feminine.
Anya Ashamar, I will watch.
Yes, sir. You're going to add a at the beginning of Shamar when you're dealing with I in the future tense. All right. When you're dealing with you for both masculine and feminine, Atha, it'll be Atha Shamar, which would mean you will watch. You will add a the at the beginning of Shamar. So the future tense conjugation when you're dealing with you, no matter if it's masculine or feminine, will be for Shamar, right? So remember I told you, like the past tense and future tense is similar because it's rhyme and reason, right? So for Anya, you have Anya Ashamar, right? For you have Atha Shamar. Okay? So past tense at the end, right? Future tense at the beginning. Present tense is in the middle and at the end. Yes, sir.
Salakia, I'm confused.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm writing out Anya Ashamar, and I see you got the I, the Na, and the Ha, and I see the connectors for the I and the Na for the Anya, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a ha, right?
Where you see ha?
At the top. Like
Where?
on Yaha. Is that what that
No,
is?
that's
It's like a
that's a
ha.
yah.
Oh, it's a, okay.
Yeah.
Salaki. That's why I was trying to.
No, don't sweat. That's a yah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a ha. That's a yah.
Salakia.
No sweat.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, where's the H?
No sweat. So for the I, the future tense is Anya Ashamar. For you, both masculine, I'll put that here. These are both unisex. Masculine plus feminine. Masculine. I just messed all that up. All right, these are unisex terms. All right. Did it go down again? No, we still live. We good. All right. Okay. All right. So the next one we're going to do is Hawa. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do Hawa and Haya together. So make sure you guys got both of these written down before I erase them. Let me know we got it. I'm about to erase both. It's about to do these two. So do you have? I'm about to erase these right here. Take a picture.
Yeah, I got a picture.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll leave this one up while I'm writing the next one. All right. So the next one we're going to do is he, which is Hawa. Oh, and also, hold on 1 second. All right. So you remember the first one, right? So this is also teaching you prefixes. Okay. All right. So the first one was Anya Ashamar, right? As a prefix means I or I am. Okay. Right. All right. The next one was Thashamar for you, which means thou or thee, which is Old English for you. We're talking about thou, Thou, and thee, Thee. All right. So you might want to write those. I'll write them right here. All right. So you're learning prefixes as we're going. Right. because the future tense gives you contents of the prefixes being used. So for the first one that we did for Anya, Ashamar, right? The I that's at the beginning as a prefix, when the I is at the beginning of a word, it means I or I am. Yes, sir. Get the microphone. Salaki, sir. Microphone.
Salaki, if I may. It's either going to be I or thy in the middle. It's not going to be anything else.
I'm sorry?
It's either going to be I or thy in the middle.
No. Okay. For I, future tense of Shamar, right, was Anya Shamar. This was the prefix at the beginning of Shamar, right? Anya is dealing with I, right? Okay. So when it's past tense at the end of the word, future tense, so suffix, prefix. All right. Okay. So when you're dealing with the past tense of the word, the conjugation is going to be a suffix of the word. All right. When you're dealing with future tense, the conjugation is going to have a prefix at the beginning of the word. Okay. To give context, that will let you know if you're dealing with past or future tense. If it's present tense, you're going to have a suffix and a conjugation in the middle of the word, like that wa that we went over, right? It was a wa in the middle of the word. Go ahead.
That's present, sir.
That's present tense. Okay. Yes, sir. So just remember, past at the end, future in the beginning, present in the middle, and in the end. All right, it's that simple. Okay. All right. And this is also going to help you to identify root words. Okay. All right. All right. Future tense. We're dealing with he. All right. All right. So for Hawa'a, right? For future tense, right? It's going to be Hawa'a Yashamar, which means he will watch. You will add a ya at the beginning of the word. The prefix ya means he. Just put it to the side for you, boy. All right. So the prefix ya means he, right? So you're going to add a ya at the beginning of shamar. Hawa'a ya shamar. He will watch. Put on the morsel of bread for you. The water. All right. All right. I'm good to erase the bottom one. All right. Y'all got these prefixes? All right. All right. So for she, all right, it's going to be the same thing as a tha, right? It's going to be haya'a the shamar. There is no prefix that distinguishes femininity in the beginning, right? So you're going to use the same one that you use for a tha, thou. All right. So it's going to be Haya'a the Shamar. She will watch. You know what I'm saying? You can say like Haya'a the Shamar Lamadia. She will watch my bread. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. How are Yashamar Lamadia? You know what I'm saying? He will watch my bread. No. Oh yeah. Nashamar.
She will watch
And listen. Yes. 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 That is correct.
Aya, Dashima, Washima, Kalama.
You said it was the last one.
Kalama.
She will watch it. She will watch and listen, dog. Bitch. Okay. Woo! All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do. That's funny as hell. I'm, good night. I'm gonna do the first part of the plural tense under it, so I can just double these down and we'll be done. So next one we're going to do is we, the first plural tense, which is anak nawa.
Still 2 pages to the right one time.
That's all right. So for we, anak nawa, it would be anak nawa na shamar. You will add a na at the beginning of the word, which means we will watch. All right. All right. Anak nawa na shamar. All right. Am I okay to erase these top two? Yeah, I'm not gonna erase the bottom one yet.
Now I had a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm trying to see like
Microphone.
I'm trying to see like when I see you because I see you writing add or add ya or add nah, and it's like I don't understand the rule for it. You know how we can say like you don't say we, you don't say is at the we. You say
Okay. So
know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see what's that when it comes to he.
you can't use the I before E except
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to use that. I'm trying
Yeah.
to see. I'm trying to figure out what the rule for Hebrew is because you add. I don't know. Like I'm gonna put the nah for nah shamar,
So,
but I don't know
so,
when I'm supposed to put it.
So this is when you know you're supposed to use it, and what tense you're trying to speak, right? So if you're trying to speak in a future tense, that's when you're going to put the na in front of the action word, right? So to watch, right, is the action, right? So will you watch? Are you watching? Or have you watched? Right? So like prime example, right? When you were saying Haya Dashamar was Shema Calabra, right? Okay. So you were saying she will watch dog. I'm gonna say dog for the sake of class. You know what I'm saying? So in that tense, you're saying what the person is going to do, right? So if it would have been for prime example, like for last class when we did past tense, right? That's for he. You would have said Hawa Shamar was Shemai Kalabra. It wouldn't have changed. You know what I'm saying? It would have been the exact word. Nothing would have changed, right? That would have been for past tense.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And for present tense, where's my present tense page? Right. You would have did the same thing, but you would have put a wa in the middle of Shamar. It would have been Haya Shawamara, because you put ha at the end because it's feminine, right? It would have been Shawamara was Shemai Kalabra.
Okay.
Right? So it's all depending upon the context in which you're trying to say it, of when you would know to either put a word, a prefix, a suffix, or the conjugation in the middle and a suffix.
Okay. So. Okay.
The mic not on.
It is. Okay. So I have a better understanding of the suffix when it comes to a thumb being, you for men, you or you all for men, you all for women.
Okay, but that's not a suffix. That's just simply saying a thun is saying you all
right. So what I'm saying,
or y'all men, right?
So I can understand when to put the AM or the AN.
But that's not this. The only time when you're dealing with adding prefixes or suffixes is on the action word. So in Imad, right?
Okay.
A Shamar, a Shemai, a Shaquat, right? Those are action words, right? The words that you're talking about is that you know who you're talking to. That's the context, right? So when you say a thon, you're talking to a group of women,
right,
which lets you know the conjugation of how you're going to do a prefix before the word if you're talking about future tense, a suffix at the end of the word if you're talking in past tense, or a suffix, and I'll say an interlinear conjunction in the middle of the word if you're doing present tense.
So basically this is sentence structure as far as Hebrew.
Yes, sir. The beginning of sentence structure.
The beginning.
Right.
So
because after we go through this, we're gonna go into the qual stem, which is majority of the Torah.
Okay, I guess the questions I probably would need to ask would probably be more, I guess, after class, because I can see you putting the NA, and I see you putting the NA for we.
Like prime example, right? Okay. The beginning of the Lord's Prayer, Abba Nawa, right? Our Father, right?
So Abba is Father,
right?
But Abba Nawa makes it our
Father, right? It's our Father from the beginning because it's past tense. Because the Most High is the Alpha and the Omega. That's what you're praying to, right? Our Father from the beginning.
Okay, so the Nawa would be the NA that's in front. Is that what you're saying?
No, the Nawa would be past tense. So when you do past tense of Anak Nawa, right? The Nawa goes at the end. Okay.
Okay, I'm in
So
Salati.
watch this. All right.
Uh-huh.
So when you're talking in past tense and you're saying we, you say our.
Right.
Right? Okay. And in present tense and future tense, you just say we. Right? Go ahead.
Okay, because at the beginning of the Lord's Prayer don't start a knock no what though.
It doesn't.
Although it's saying,
but when it says so this is helping you to identify the root word, right? Because, like, prime example, if you go into 2-letter lookup, right, or if you go to the Blue Letter Concordance, right, and you type in Abanawa, nothing's gonna come up because there's no such word as Abanawa, right? The root word is Abba. The conjugation of it is Nawa.
so what we're learning isn't necessarily forming our own sentences for the future. It's more so being able to identify root words that's already been formed.
Right. So
okay, now I understand.
Be able to understand the conjugation of the root word.
Right. So now when I see the na in front, then I can understand. Okay, this because of the words in the front. Okay, I'm thinking, how am I going to actually know when to put, like if I'm writing it, when to put the NA versus the
now. But in scripture, you will see these words, right? Okay. So there will be a situation where you see Anya Shamar, like I did something, right? Or like when, or like you, like the all right. So verses in the Bible, sometimes they're sentences, sometimes they're paragraphs, right? But at the beginning of the statement, lets you know who's talking, right? Like prime example, when we were breaking down precepts, right? Like when we do John 3:16, we go to John 3:1, we say who's talking. Right. It's Christ and Nehemiah. So it's a one-on-one conversation, right? So everything in that conversation is going to be a personal conjugation, right? Like if I tell you, hey bro, tell everybody come through, right? That's me letting you know everybody that we know to come through, right? So it's the same thing with these, right? So I, you, he, she, we, you all masculine and feminine, they masculine and feminine are used, you know what I'm saying, in conjugation of a complete thought. But sometimes, just like at the beginning of the Lord's Prayer where it just says Abanawa, you just have the conjugation of the actual word itself.
Okay.
Make sense? No sweat. All right, everybody got this? No sweat. Take a picture. All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
Now, Salak, if I may, so you were kind of getting into the qual stem a little bit. That was when we were talking about the suffixes and the versus the prefixes.
In the qual stem, you gonna have, it's always gonna be suffixes and prefixes in the word, depending on how it's used, right? But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because it's gonna confuse you, right? That's why I want you to get these down first. That's why I make sure that y'all do homework, right? And understanding past, present, and future tense. So when we get in the qual stem, you won't be confused, right? So don't put the book, you know what I'm saying?
I was just asking because I have the I think I came in when you were doing the qual stem, so I automatically was confused, but now it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
No sweat. So, I mean, if you want to refer back to your previous notes, you can, right? But we're going to go over the whole thing all over again. Right?
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So everybody got this? All right. No sweat. So we're going to do you masculine and feminine and they masculine and feminine, and we're going to be done. And then we got homework.
Okay, so okay, there is no rule as far as like an I before E type thing.
You can't look at it as what was the word? It wasn't no, you can't look at it as ESL. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it like that. This is not. Understand that Hebrew is a very brutish language. It's very direct. There's no filler words. There's no fluff words.
Because of the simplicity, there would be no reason for a rule.
Right.
English is the rule because so many words mean so many.
There's a lot of flattery in there. Like instead of me saying Ayah Shemai, you know what I'm saying, woman listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Ayasha Shemai, woman listen, you know what I'm saying? Or talking to my wife, you know what I'm saying? He was like, baby, if you could just hit me out.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. All right, we got you in the you all. All right. So next we have you all will watch masculine or y'all. All right. So it's going to be a thumb Tashamarwa, right? You're going to add a the at the beginning and a wa at the end, right? So we already know that the as a prefix means, we already know that the as a prefix means thou or thee, referring to you, right? When wa is a suffix, it means he, his, or it. All right. All right. So you already have what what the means as a prefix, right? You already have that written down, which means thou or thee, which refers to you, right? When you have wa as a suffix, it means he, his, or it, right? So we're talking about you, he, y'all, men, okay? So it's going to be a thumb Tashamarwa. Question. Sir. Microphone.
Slakia, if I may, sir, is this the first instance where there's a filler at the end of the word and in the middle?
There's nothing in the middle. It's just
not in the middle, in the beginning and the end.
Yes.
This is the first instance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, it is. No sweat. All right. All right. right. So for you all will watch feminine or y'all, it will be a thon dashamar na. You're going to add a th at the beginning and a na at the end. All right. So for when you're talking to a group of men, it's a thumb dashamar wa. When you're talking to a group of women, it's a thon dashamar na. All right. Yes, ma'am.
So, like you said, if I may, is the na the she
Is
for
the what?
is na for prefix she?
No, we have not at the end. It's a suffix.
That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Na is the is the suffix for
There
she.
is no Slakia. There is a prefix for the singular. I'm sorry, there is a suffix for the singular form of she, which would be ha, right? But when you're dealing with a group of females, you put na at the end. All right. Okay. So you have a thumb dashamarwa. You have a thun dashamar na, right? This will help you identify the root word when you're reading Hebrew, right? This is pivotal during Sabbath class, right? So in Sabbath class, when you come across a word this Tashamarawa, right? You know off top, okay, Shamar, right? You know that word means to watch, okay? Now depending on if it's Shamar Nawa, right? Or Shawamar Nawa, right? Or what was the one we did per week? We did Nashamar lets you know what context this sentence is. Is it in present tense, future tense, or past tense? By strictly looking at the action word. All right. Okay. So this is what this is teaching you to do. So like even when I give the homework today, I want you to go back and look at the conjugation of the action words, right? And then like start like just pull like a random verse in the Bible in the blue letters, right? Or if you have a Tanakh on your phone or a Tanakh at home, right? Just pull a random verse and try and find the pronoun or the action verb in that sentence and see how it's conjugated and see if you can tell the context in which that sentence is written in, if it's past, present, or future. All right? Because this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. What's good? What I mean, like, what is all of this worth if you're not applying it? Right? For the brothers, you'll apply this in the Lashawan Qadash class, right? I remember when me and Officer Pot first started doing Lashawan Qadash, we would literally write out phonetically the verses, right? To make it easier for when brothers came up there that couldn't read the Assyrian, right? But we realized that we were handicapping brothers and sisters, right? You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to start identifying. That's why I'm writing it in Assyrian and paleo. When you read the Tanakh, that's all you're going to see. You ain't going to see no connectors, no nothing. But when you're writing words in both of these, you'll read it and be like, well, that don't sound right. It's this, right? Because you've been writing out conjugations. Okay? All right? We got this? All right, no sweat. We're going to do the last two. All right, we're going to do the last two. All right. So for they, talking about a group of men, you're going to say Hum Yashimarawa, which is they will watch. Talking about a group of men. You're going to add a ya, because we've already established previously that the prefix ya means he at the beginning, right? And you're going to add a wa as a suffix, because we've already established that the suffix wa means he, his, or it, right? So you're talking to a group of men. You got two he's. You got he at the beginning, he at the end, right? You know what I'm saying? That makes it plural, pluralization of he's, all right? for they, talking about a group of women, is going to be Han Tashamarna, right? We've already established that the as a prefix is thou or thee, referring to you. And we've already established in using the pluralization that na is dealing with the feminine sense as a suffix, right? So you're going to add a the at the beginning and a na at the end. All right? Okay. Let me know when y'all got that written down. Let's see what we gonna do for the homework. Yes, ma'am.
So I can say, if I may, how come it's you said, because you said the at the beginning of the shamarna is thee or thou?
Yeah, so we've already established that the prefix the means thee or thou, meaning you.
Khan.
Uh-huh.
So why? Okay, so like, sir, if I may ask, the prefix for yashamarwa, what would the ya mean?
Yah as a prefix is he, right? And wa as a suffix also means he, his, or it, right? So you got a pluralization of he's, two he's, they,
Khan, I don't come.
right? So previously, when we did Hayya, we put the th at the beginning, right? Because there's no prefix strictly for she, right? Okay. And then when we did you all for females, we added a na at the end, right? So a pluralization of she is they, them females over there. All right. So same method to the madness. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You guys got this written down? All right. Homework. All right. So for the homework, all right, the words that you have are Nathan, which means Lucky. You can't even barely see that. Didn't I? All right. Nathan means to give, right? You have Ra'ah, which means to see or look at. And then you have Yashab, which means to turn back, or return. Shawab. Shawab. Thawada. Most High in Christ. With brotherhood and sisterhood like that, who needs Sheol? You understand? You know what I'm saying? Give him hell, sir. So for the homework, you are going to do Paleo, Syrian, conjugation in the future tense of all of these words with the cheat book. So Anya, Atha, Hawa'a, Haya'a, Anaknawa, Athum, Athan, Hum, and Han. You're gonna write in Paleo and Assyrian, Nathan, Ra'ah, and Shawab, conjugation in the future tense. So that's 2, no. So that's 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? He got a nice amount. You feel me? So, yeah. Huh? Yeah, we'll go do 3. We'll go do 3 this week. You know what I'm saying? So you only got 3 words this week. All right. All right. So with that, we're gonna say Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah Brakathum to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, the Thun by Hashem, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. And with that, we go.